Hey everybody, it's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse, and guys, we are back in again with another after party spoiler discussion. Guys, we just got done with the first 3 episodes of Marvel Television's Ironheart. Give me a minute while I wait for everybody to get in here. Sorry, it took me a minute. Like I said, there was 3 episodes. Episode 1 was 44 minutes. Titled Take Me Home. Episode 2 was 50 minutes, and episode 3 was 56 minutes. Like I said, these episodes were quite lengthy. I'm not complaining though, because I think that they did really, really great with these 3 episodes. The first thing, my biggest takeaway, which the reason I have my lights on, which I just want to clarify, is because I actually left my AC on when I was doing my reactions. There is a fucking, what is it? What do you call a mosquito somewhere in my room? And literally I could have swore it bit me as I was recording. So beware. I might look around and, you know what I mean, while I'm doing this kind of after party spoiler discussion. I'm going to keep my lights on, and if I clock it, or if you see me doing this, or if you see me like smacking my hands around, is because I am looking for that mosquito. I thought I got it, but I guess I didn't, because I saw it and I've been looking around my room for a minute, seeing if I actually got it or not, but I did not get it, and I'm kind of fucking like all over the place. But my biggest takeaway from these 3 episodes is definitely Natalie. I love the character Natalie. Kind of getting more of an insight about Natalie. But first things first is that Riri, I just want to clarify, Riri actually got expelled from MIT, and she's just looking to get money and to pretty much, to fund her Iron Man suits. And really, it's like she doesn't even, like, we kind of don't understand why she built an Iron Man suit until episode 3, when she's telling the Joe character, which of course is played by Eldon, or I think that's his name, or Eldon, if I'm correct. He's the dude that played Solo in a Solo story. His character name is Joe here, but technically his character name is not Joe. It's actually Ezekiel Stain. So he is Obadiah Stain's son. So that was correct. I remember hearing those rumors, and that is true. You said, Marvel, you said first, oh, mosquitoes get in my room all the time. It makes me sad. I know how you feel. Yeah, literally. I'm on like karate chop mode. So I have been crashing the fuck out. Yeah. Riri expelled. Yeah, literally. Marvel Miguel. Yeah, Natalie, I don't want her to die. Yeah, the thing is that I love the character Natalie. So more insight on Natalie. That was actually her best friend. We found out in episode, I believe, 1, that she died actually due to I think a drive-by, is also when I think it was her stepdad that passed away. But also Natalie died the same time, I believe. I could have got that wrong or not, but Natalie died by either a drive-by or just a shootout that happened at the garage. And that was sad. And really what it was, how Natalie came to be, or this version of Natalie, was the fact that Riri was uploading the neural interface to the suit, and somehow managed to make the AI Natalie and make her kind of come to life, which was really, really dope. I thought that was really cool. I love the connectivity of Natalie and Riri. I do love it. It's almost like Natalie is Jarvis, but there's more of a connection there because there's history there. When the neural interface was uploading to the suit and the connecting, she fell asleep, kind of like having dreams about her friend Natalie, and what is kind of like the suit kind of created the AI after Natalie, which I thought was really, really cool. But she is. I can't. Thoughts on the show. I thought it was great. The thing I really, really love about the show is the visual effects, the CGI, between the CGI, but also the practicality of them shooting on location in Chicago. I thought was cool. In the behind the scenes, they did say that was the most important thing, to actually shoot in Chicago. So I'm very excited. We did not get to see White Castle. White Castle's probably going to debut. That sequence where she's sitting in White Castle with Natalie. I do think that is going to be in the next episode, probably. which we're going to be getting in the next 3 episodes next week. But I did really enjoy it, and because like I said, they built a lot of sets. They built the White Castle. We haven't seen that yet. It's probably going to be in the next couple of episodes. And also, like I said, they did shoot on practical location. But I do love the flight sequences, and the first episode, her flying around in the suit was really, really dope. And I'm going to see if I can find it right here. This is like kind of like when she gets expelled, she gets the suit that she built at MIT. Thought that was really, really dope. I love this iteration of the suit. It's really, really cool. Like I said, this show was made years ago. I think the show was made back in like 2022. I believe that the show was created before what's her name? Dominique Thorne's first appearance in Wakanda Forever. I believe she made the show first. If that is correct, if not after, but she did not skip a beat. Dominique Thorne she's just as great as she was in Wakanda Forever. So I'm very, very glad it's like she's not missing a step, she's not missing a beat. She's really, really amazing. And I really do feel like they followed through with tonally how that character was in Wakanda Forever and how she is here. Reading the chat a bit, I'm gonna keep going back. Sorry, you guys are kind of like blowing it up. Thoughts on the show? Obadiah Stane's son reveal was crazy. Yeah, it was. Miguel, you said so far the show is a 9.8 out of 10. Sick. Marvel, you said it's better than I thought it was gonna be, but still not the best for me. But I don't know. I kinda got mixed feelings on it. Okay. Alternative, you said it's a 6 out of 10. Okay, cool. Miguel, you said my reaction maybe be out on the 26th. Okay, cool. Gives you a minute to kind of like, edit some things. Sick. But you said, but still I can't. Okay, yeah. I don't feel as connected to Tori's character that much. Who's Tori's character? I'm confused. You said, but I still can't. Okay. Terrell, you said I really enjoyed these episodes. I did too. I understand now why they have these episodes being batched. It makes sense. I do like it a lot that they're batching them because these episodes could not have stood alone week to week because they kind of leave you on a cliffhanger and it would slow down the pace of the show. This show is really built to be a bingeable show in batches, and I understand why they did that. Theoretically, you really I'm glad they didn't do 2 episodes a week. I'm glad that they're doing 3 episodes a week. So it kind of like the story doesn't feel like it's dragging along. It makes sense that they made this show where, okay, you need to take it in batches. So 3 episodes to kind of make the storyline kind of like continue without feeling like it's dragging along. So I understand that this is a batch show. A lot of people were kind of like, oh, this is Marvel just kind of like wanting it to get it, wanting they just want to drop it and get it out of the way. I don't feel like that's the case. I do feel like that this show was meant to be 3 episodes because it was 6 episodes, but they knew story-wise that you could consume it better in 3 episodes where it's like you're not making people be like, okay, like what the hell. Same as how they did sort of for Agatha, how they kind of like bundled episodes together. It's no different how they did it with Andor. How like for the last season of Andor, like you need to, if they really left you on 1 episode, they'd be like, okay, like you're making people wait too long and it's fizzling out. It's not working. You're making it take too long for characters to get put from point A to point B. So it makes sense that these are 3 and it's running on a span for 2 weeks. I'm fine with it. It makes sense. Once I started watching the first 3 episodes, I was like, I get why. Because they want to keep the ball rolling. They don't want to like make people wait, and they don't want to drag it out when the show itself, the story, isn't meant for you to drag it out. So it makes sense. But also they also want to keep it linear. I think for what the plot line is, where like in this story, the Hood's character, was his name Parker. He actually has a mission where it's like they need to complete these. I think they completed 1 job, so they had to complete 2 more jobs, and there's 1 more job that they need to complete, if I'm correct. So in total, I think they needed to complete 4 jobs, and they already completed. Yeah, wait, 2, 1, 2, 3. They already completed 3, but they need 1 more. So I think they want to kind of do that with the story, like give Riri a beat because of what happened in this episode. She's gonna need to take a beat, kind of reprocess, and then kind of go with the rest of the story. So the next week's episode, I do feel like episode 4 is gonna be kind of a slow down episode where Riri's kind of going to like process things, and then she's gonna like, of course, have her hero moment where she tries to stop Parker's plan, whatever the hell it is, but it has something to do with, of course, Mephisto's great plan, from what I'm understanding here. Okay, so you said, okay, read that. I really enjoyed these. Okay, read that. I am mostly connected for Riri's well-being, concerned for Riri's well-being. Same, Miguel. I get you. Marvel, you said I like Riri Williams, but I feel like she should have gotten a little bit of a better script. I don't know. I don't think it had a bad script, or the show has a bad script so far. I'm liking what they're doing. She got expelled. Yeah. Alternatives, I feel like if this show came out 7 years after Wakanda Forever release, then I would care for Riri's character a little bit more, since I would then be more recent. Yeah, for it to be more recent. I get you. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of like hoping I don't get bit by that effing mosquito. It's kind of annoying. I have one in my room somewhere. Okay, read that. Come on, yeah. Okay, you said I like the practical of the practical, like the practical effects of the suits. Yeah, I get you. It's a lot of it is practical. Like, they made the suits, so it makes it look really, really good. Especially suits opening up again reminds me of Iron Man 3. Reminds me of Avengers 1. It reminds me the earlier days with Iron Man and having his suits be like physical instead of it being nano. I know that was a lot of people's complaints before. It's still people's complaints to this day. Is, oh, I want practical things, I don't want nano. I don't understand that debate personally. I don't really care. If it looks good, it looks good. And suits need to advance. If they don't advance, what's the fun of it? And like, you know what I mean? It's like, and you live in a world where people advance their stuff because there's bigger threats out there. It's like almost telling Tony, oh, like, we want you to stay with like Mark III, and we don't want you to advance, even though Thanos is out there. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Character-wise and world-wise, for world building, it makes sense that tech advances. The world, even our world, advances. So that debate just never made sense to me, to be honest. Okay, you said like the practical suits. Oh my god, the editor me is gonna be mad. Yeah. Yeah, the suits are really cool. So yeah, Marvel, yeah. But the pacing felt very rushed on the first episode. I'm like, itchy, bro. I'm gonna be pissed if like I'm still getting bitten. I don't know this. Which is like, it's making me paranoid. Autocorrect, yeah, you said not Tory. Autocorrect sucks. Yeah, I meant reread. Okay. Marvel, you said, I think most of the shows these days are releasing in different volumes, not all at once, not weekly, but volumes, and I am cool with that. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's such a problem lately, having to wait years for sequels or new seasons, and then the hype dies down. That's what I'm saying. It did it for Andor season 2 for me. I think like waiting 3 years for that killed things big time. Marvel, I can't tell if they are trying to make the Hood a good guy or a bad guy. He's definitely, I don't know. I see him more as a bad guy, but I'm interested to see what his plans are, because I still don't know what his plans are. If he's just trying to go after corporate heads, or if he's actually... Wait a second. While we're talking about the Hood, let's get that up right now. I still don't know if he's trying to go after corporate heads, or if he's like, and that's just his goal, or if there's something bigger there, where like maybe the people that he is visiting made deals with Mephisto and he's getting revenge on them, or I don't know. I really don't know the full story yet, or the context of really what's going on yet with Parker. But I know Parker he's killing people. So really, it's like, well, I don't know what your motivations are, but clearly you do care for people, but your motivations are like, why are you killing people? When, from what I see here, the people he's killing, it looks like are trying to help the world, almost. Or like, I don't know. It's just, from my understanding, he's just going after corporate heads, and it's like, none of them are doing anything really that bad, where I'm like, at least from my understanding, where it's like, why are you going after them? So I am interested to see really what Parker's deal is. But I know since John died, his friend, I don't know if it's his actual brother or not, or maybe that, he considers the John dude a brother, the one that's able to like throw the knives, and I don't know if like that would pop up if I type in John. I don't know. I kind of figured that wasn't gonna pop up. Let's look up Ironheart cast. Yeah, this character. I don't know what his name is. But yeah, this character. His name is John. And he died because Riri let him die because that dude found out that Riri was trying to take a piece of the Hood's cloak to find out what the Hood's like. What's the deal with the Hood? Where's the power come from? As we all know, it's magic, and she kind of had to deal with like, okay, there's magic, but what makes you be able to use that? There's always like something tied in with magic, and you know what I mean. It's like you seem to not care where it's coming from. And it might not be a good thing, and she clearly sees him as a threat, and she found out that the dude that Riri replaced for their kind of crew, that he ended up dying. So at this point, she's on the defensive end to be like, okay, well, this dude died because they found no use for him, and he knew too much. I might be next. This dude finding out that, you know, I'm trying to like prepare myself because I only am going to do these couple more jobs, get the money that I need to build more suits and do whatever, but like I know too much. They might try to kill me, so I need to be prepared. So this isn't really a way for her to get prepared, and that's why we see her kind of doing the tech, which the magic. So let's type in magic. If I spelled that right, I hope I spelled that. Okay, yeah. This is where this all comes in with her making the magic tech. Is to combat what the Hood is doing. She's trying to prepare herself because she knows Parker might not let her leave, and this is kind of her being prepared to defend her loved ones and also defend herself from him. You said I was such a read that. Marvel, you said I can't tell if they're trying to make the Hood book. I read that. Miguel, you said can we ABT the Obadiah Stain's son? Can we talk about Obadiah Stain's son? Yeah, that was cool. Like I said, I kind of knew that was a rumor or a leak that that Joe dude would be Obadiah Stain's son, the dude that played Solo in a Solo story. So that Eldon was going to be Stain's son. I did know that was coming. So that wasn't too much of a surprise to me, but I was still glad to see when it got confirmed in the show. Marvel, you said crazy that after 7 years, finally get mentions of Obadiah Stane. Well, yeah. Marvel, same. Yeah, okay. Marvel, you said Eldon. I can't pronounce his last name. He's a good actor, and he was also great in Oppenheimer as well. Yeah, I remember him in Oppenheimer, but I forget what role he played in Oppenheimer. But he is a great actor, and I do like the role he is playing here. That he does not want to be like his father. I do like that, and that's why he didn't want to do too much with tech. That's why he kind of kept to himself. That's why he started kind of getting tech and kind of putting it down in a bunker. So he started almost gathering as much tech as possible, but he wasn't doing anything with it. So that was also interesting. Once he started, he couldn't stop, but he also didn't want to become like his father. The guy who plays Obadiah's son plays young Han Solo in the Solo movie. Yeah. Alternate, you said, bro, is that Ralph Boner of Ironheart? Bro is carrying the show. Marvel, you said, I really like him as an actor. Yeah, he's good. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Jamiki? Yeah, what's up? I did see that you said the stream. Like I said, the episodes were quite long, and I had to get through all my reactions and stuff. Marvel, you said, I really liked Eldon and young Han Solo. BTW, I don't get the hate of that movie. It's so fun, and he's so fun in it. I rewatched it recently, really like it personally. Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of Star Wars: A Solo Story. I thought he did good for what he was given, but I'm not gonna lie, it's not my favorite. I don't think it's as bad, but it's definitely not my favorite. I think on a rewatch, I liked it a bit more, but it's not one of my favorite Star Wars things. Anything good in the show? Yeah, Jamigi, give it a shot. You know what I mean? It's like that's the thing, guys. Like, I'll give you my opinion and I'll say it's good, but like, you should still give it a shot, even if I'm all like, oh, whatever. Like, you guys should still kind of give it, give it a watch. You know what I mean? I think it's really good. The practical effects are good. I think Riri's story is compelling, and I do like the idea that we don't really know what Parker's plan is. And for Jamigi, just in case you didn't know, Parker is the name of the Hood, in the show. So Parker Robinson, I believe, is his name. Yeah, it said that in the cast on Google about Eldon. Yeah. So like I said, it kind of was like out there before, you know what I mean? So it's like I knew he was Obadiah Stane's son. It would have been nice if that was a surprise, but I kind of knew that's who he was. His name is Ezekiel Stane. Yeah, Ezekiel Stane. Yeah, his name is Joe, but his actual name is Ezekiel Stane. Yeah. On Marvel, he worked with RDJ Lewis. He did. I remember he was the reporter. I think he was the reporter, kind of making fun of RDJ's character, which was actually like really funny. Trying to actually get to the bottom of like what the hell's going on. Yeah. Solo isn't really one of my favorite Star Wars movies, but let me put it this way: it's one of my favorite Disney Star Wars movies. Okay, yeah, well. Yeah, that's right. He was in What If. Yeah. Yeah, but honestly, guys, I really enjoyed these episodes. Like I said, the practical effects, especially in episode 1, I can't get over that. The flying sequences look great. It looks great. It actually reminds me of like the flight sequences in Iron Man 1, which I do appreciate because those still hold up to this day. And and I say that in the best way because I love the flight sequences in Iron Man 1, but it's the fact of like things looking so practical, but also like these are starter suits where they're not nano and they're not whatever, so you feel the weight. You feel like you almost feel the weight when Riri drops on the ground with like these starting suits, and you feel when you see them fly through the air, they have that impact and they look so good. It really, like, in the way they're shot, it reminds me of Iron Man 1, and I think that's just such a great compliment because just in the starting days of Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, there was just a look to them, and they have that, and it's due to practicality. It's due to the fact that they've been working on the CGI for this show for quite some time. It just, everything is working in the favor, and I do think the story is compelling, like I just said, but like Riri and her character and like her friend and the fact that she has trauma due to her friend being killed when they were younger, and it's like that trauma when like when she tried connecting the neural interface to the suit and she was dreaming about her friend Natalie, it like that trauma went into the AI. So it's like the AI has trauma too from that day. It's good storytelling, honestly, and it's compelling. And I'm going to say it, and I know this is probably crazy to say, but I'm going to say it. It technically wasn't our Obadiah, but it count. It technically wasn't our Obadiah, but it count. What are we talking about? This is Obadiah Stane's son, so I'm confused what we mean by it. What do you mean? Loved the guy in episode 1 that said Thanos was right in the beginning. Yeah, that was kind of funny. Nice hint to Doomsday with Doctor Doom. Yeah, I don't know if I paid attention enough to that sequence, but yeah, honestly, just solid episodes. I'm actually gonna turn this off right now. I think I'm fine. I just think it should be good. Hopefully, I'm actually gonna like leave my room after I'm done on stream because I want to make sure that thing is like dead. That mosquito. I don't even know how the hell it got in my room. That's the kicker. But yeah, at least I think it was one. It looked like one. I don't know, but yeah. But honestly though, like I said, I'm loving what they're doing. The fact that Riri for the first time killed that John dude, which was like Parker's best friend. And I do like the part though, and I don't know if like X is gonna show me or like if it'll even know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna look up Ironheart. Maybe that will just pop up. Also the title card sequences. I love that. The title card sequences, clever. They're very clever. For every episode, there's a fun new title card sequence. I love it. It makes it unique. It stands out. Okay, let's see if we can find it. Yeah, all the title card sequences. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. This is, of course, episode 1. This is, of course, episode 2. And then this is, of course, episode 3. I love the title cards. I think it's really, really cool. I highly doubt I'm going to find it. But, yeah, this. So, this sequence right here, where after John dies and Parker asks Riri, can you please go overhead? And this was on their last mission. But at this point, John knows that Riri is looking into the hood and found out that, you know, Riri had her own plans where she was going to go off, get a piece of the hood while, you know, the suit is incognito and pretty much, you know, the whole entire team thinks, oh, you know, Riri's in the suit, she's going along with the mission, but Riri had her own mission and her own plan was to get a piece of the suit so that way she can, of course, analyze it and kind of try to combat, like, anything that Parker throws at her to kind of protect her, but also protect her family when she ends up wanting to leave after the missions are done and when she gets the things that she needs. Mephisto, at this point, shows Parker, hey, it wasn't me. I didn't break our deal or I didn't do anything. It was actually Riri that killed John. She betrayed you. So in a way, I'm loving what they're putting down where, like, Mephisto's doing Mephisto things. He's like, I didn't do shit. It was her. And I do love, it's like, you're not going to break on the deal that we have. And again, I don't know what deal that is. I don't know what connection, if, like, how Parker got the hood. It must have been a deal, like, oh, I'll give you this hood, I'll give you the things you want, but there's stuff I need in return. Like, a deal with the devil makes sense. It just makes sense. I hope that's what they're trying to do here, but I still don't know what that deal is. But he tried to go back on that deal, saying, you killed somebody that I cared about. Fuck this. I'm never wearing it again. I'm never wearing the hood again. You're not getting what you want because you didn't give me what I want. You betrayed me. Turns out that was not the case. Riri's the one that did it, so I do think that it's not going to have him go after Riri right away. I do think that won't happen until episode, like, 5. And I do think that's when Mephisto is going to show up, and it's going to go into the finale. And it's going to be a cool thing, whatever ends up happening. I don't know if there's going to be, like, a whole big fight. Probably mainly there's going to be a showdown between Parker, Riri, in the street, battling it out. Badass, probably. That's probably what's going to end up happening. I don't know, but real. The title card sequences are actually pretty cool. They are. It's clever. It's sick. I actually really enjoy it. Just finished and it was dope to me. Exactly. I thought it was dope. I thought it was cool. It's interesting to hear what everybody else has to say. Like, I know a lot of people, it's kind of up in the air how they feel. Like I said, if for some people saying that, you know, it felt like it was dragging. Like I said, I do think that's why they dropped 3 episodes, so it did not feel that way. Because if they would have done 1 episode a week, I do think it would have started. It would have felt slow. Like, okay, can we please get to the point? We still don't know what these characters, like, what really motivates these characters. I do feel like I know more of that because they did the batch episodes. And I do think that was genius. And like I said, I don't think that they just did the batch episodes to kind of just do it like, oh, like, let's release it and let's just, we don't have any faith in it. I don't think that's the case at all. I think that the story needed for them to batch these episodes. At least that's what I think personally, because I feel like I see the streamlinedness. I see how it's not dragging because they're releasing the episodes and you can just go after one, after the other, and kind of have, like, it feels like it's not dragging. So I do like that. What if Riri makes a cameo in Brand New Day because they might both, sorry, I thought I saw something. They might both be going to MIT. I don't know, because she got kicked out of school. Unless it was before. Maybe Peter is doing stuff, who knows. The title card sequences in this episode, one when Riri was on the pavement reminded me of the Spider-Verse when Miles fell on the pavement after after failing the number. After failing. After following the number signs around him, it made the number 42. I don't remember that, but I do. It did kind of feel, I guess, yeah, kind of, it just felt like a comic book. You know what I mean? I wish Marvel Leaks would stop. Lol, I miss when we just go in blind, not knowing who's gonna show up and stuff. Yeah, I get you. But mind you, this show is old, so leaks were bound to happen at some point. So I don't. What can you do? That's just the things that happen when you hold off on a show for so long. Leaks tend to get through the cracks. So I don't know. I don't blame them for that. I just, you know what I mean. It's just the name of the game. Or there's scoopers that want attention, that want clout, so they'll look for those leaks. So that's what will get them clicks. So it's the name of the game. Facts. Yeah. But honestly, like I said, yeah. So now Parker knows that it was Riri that killed John. That's going to be interesting. The whole team doesn't know that. Parker still doesn't know that Riri has a piece of the hood. No one knows that besides Riri and Natalie. So it's going to be interesting just to kind of see where we go from here. To find out that, also, I just want to say this. Seeing Ironheart proving everyone wrong is so refreshing. Yeah, seriously, it's great. I really enjoyed it. But this gif, when like she's doing this, that's actually Natalie. That's the AI. I thought that was actually Riri doing that, but it's so fitting it was Natalie. I do like that. Natalie was definitely the star of the show for me too. Like, I feel like Natalie was like the biggest takeaway of like, I love this character. I love how, like, because this is the point I was gonna make. I do think, and I might be crazy for saying this, but I'm gonna say it because I really love what they're doing. Natalie is the equivalent of Jarvis. Can we all agree on that, right? Natalie is the equivalent of Jarvis. But I'm going to say it better. Because Natalie, not only Riri, and I don't know if she meant to do this or not, she turned via like her when she was doing the neural interface and she was thinking about her friend, she made it where the AI was able to take form of her friend but also have all of her friend's memories. So she's actually able to like interact. And that's beyond what Tony was able to do. Tony's been able to do some great things, but he's never done something like that. That's cool. That's impressive. And I find that I like what they're doing here. I was like, I instantly love the dynamic. And it's like a closer dynamic. It's literally like she brought her friend to life. Literally. So already off rip, I really, really I feel like I like Natalie way more than Jarvis. And again, I love Jarvis, don't get me wrong, but like, that was my right away my thoughts was like, oh my god, like she made a better Jarvis. Like seriously, because don't get me wrong, Jarvis is cool, but it wasn't really until he became the Vision where I was like, okay, you're really cool, if it makes any sense. So yeah, her voice of reason, yeah, literally her voice of reason, the only one that could kind of like get her to like calm down and think straight. Literally love Natalie. Same. I fell in love with that character instantly. I'm like, I love this character. She is so cool. She is Riri's voice of reason. You put it perfectly. All things, bro. Like, I love the character. Literally your own character, but also the like Riri's voice of reason. So freaking cool. So sick. But yeah, honestly, guys, I'm very happy with what they're doing with the show. So far, so good. I'm excited to see where they're going to go for these next 3 episodes. Who knows? I'm honestly interested to see how they're gonna end this, and I'm glad we don't have to wait for very long too. It's actually nice and refreshing that they're kind of doing something different, and we don't have to wait week to week because, like I said, I don't like how people have this notion of like, oh, they're dropping all this because they don't care, but other shows do it all the time. Andor did it, like, and I'm sorry, but like when Andor did it, I was like, you're tripping. I'm like, these episodes are hours long and you're dropping 3 of them. I don't know who in their right mind would try to even do do live streams for that. Like, it was too much. And they waited too long, and that killed the show. And also the writing for season 2 was just, I think it was abysmal. I don't think it was great at all, but I think here it works because they knew that that's what they needed to kind of keep it along. They made this to be a binge show, which I do like, and it just It worked. It worked. The fact that they batched it makes it where it doesn't feel like it's dragging. I'm loving the character interactions between Riri and Natalie. I do like the character of Ezekiel Stain. I think he's cool. Yeah, I'm very impressed with what they're doing. I'm just excited to kind of see the kind of Parker's full plan kind of like unfold of really what's his goal, what's his game, what's his end goal. I'm excited. I mean, we're gonna find that out next week. But guys, I'm gonna end it here. I'm definitely not gonna stay on for very long. Like I said, I kind of hit my points that I wanted to make about the show. I'm sorry I am ending it soon, but like I said, there's a mosquito in here. I gotta find this bitch and take it out, and then from pretty much next week, I think I'll stay on a bit longer because I think I'm going to have a lot more to talk about next week. But I think this was a solid start. And I definitely, also, the last thing I'm going to say, I do think this show is probably one of the best Disney Plus Marvel shows we've seen, probably, I want to say, since Loki. I do think so. I think I'm enjoying this show. I hate to say it, I'm going to have to think about it a little bit more, but I'm not going to lie. I think I'm enjoying the show a little bit more than I enjoyed Daredevil. I know it's crazy to say, but I do think that. I think I'm enjoying the show a little bit more than I enjoyed Daredevil. I don't know why, but I just had such a good time with these episodes, and I don't know. I don't know. It was refreshing. It's new. It feels fresh. I don't know. I do think it's going to be interesting how I do a rank. I am thinking about doing a ranking soon. But I think Loki's still on top. But I do think that Daredevil is going to be fighting for that second spot. Because I'm thinking, out of the recent Marvel Disney Plus shows I've watched, Agatha was really good. This is definitely above Agatha, in my personal opinion. I think this might be above Agatha. But I think, honestly, Daredevil might have to fight for that second spot. I hate to say it. Because as of right now, I'm really just, things feel connected, and this wasn't a Frankenstein's monster type deal. Don't get me wrong, like that's what Daredevil Born Again season 1 was. It had its best moments. It had what it had from the previous iteration that they kind of molded together, but this kind of had one linear thing, and I do feel like that might make it a bit above, is because this isn't kind of like a Frankenstein's monster type deal. Dang, really? That's shocking. Yeah, I know. I never honestly thought I would say that, but I'm not disappointed to say it. It's not a bad thing if Daredevil gets to that number 3 spot. It's not a bad thing, but I do think that this might have, if it sticks to landing and it still goes with where it's going, I think it has a chance to kind of a little bit. Just because it's not a Frankenstein's monster type deal, I think it gets a little lip above Daredevil on that number 2 spot, in my personal opinion. But time will tell. We're going to have to see how they're going to end these last 3 episodes. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a solid start. But yeah, guys, we said, Marvel, you said, will there be a chill stream on Friday? Yes, there will be. There will be a chill stream, 8 p.m. EST Friday. For anybody new here that stuck with me tonight for the pre-show and after party, I just want to say thank you. Feel free to subscribe. As of right now, I think my goal right now is to hit 1,300. That is the goal as of right now. I think we're at 1,200. We're on our way to hit 1,300. I believe we're on our way to hit 1,300. I just want to make sure. Give me a minute, guys. I don't know why my phone's acting up. Damn, what the hell? It's acting really slow right now on my phone. Yeah. 1,000. Yeah, we're on the road to hitting 1,300. Right now we're at 1,241. So that's the goal as of right now. So if you are new, feel free to subscribe. We're going to be doing this next week. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing it next Tuesday. We're going to do the pre-show and after party. Pre-show, of course, starts at 8 p.m. EST. After party might start around the same time, which is probably around like 11:30 to 12. So yeah, so just expect a late stream next week, because the next week's episodes are a bit longer than this week's episodes. So just stay tuned. But I'm excited to talk more about this next week. You said later, bro. See you later. Have a good night. Yes, great night. You too, Marvel. You too. Also, like I said, if you are wanting to watch my reactions to the first 3 episodes of Ironheart, feel free to go subscribe over to my Patreon, either the $5 or $10 tier. Definitely go over, check it out. Check out the Patreon. It is free right now to just go look around. If you aren't interested, like I said, go subscribe to one of the tiers. I'm really trying to grow over on Patreon. Like I said, it feeds right into the YouTube channel. It makes me be able to do more unboxings, do more things here on the YouTube channel, upgrade certain, electronics for the channel to make the channel look better. So feel free to go look at my Patreon, link in description. But also, like I said, I'm also going to be doing my first chill stream on Saturday exclusively over on the Patreon. I'm going to start doing chill streams for Patreon members only on Saturday, along with doing, the free streams here on YouTube on Friday at 8 p.m. EST. It's going to be the same time for Patreon exclusive streams. It's going to be, like I said, 8 p.m. EST on Saturday. I'm going to try to do my first one this week, and I'm going to try to keep doing them every week along with the chill streams. But as always, guys, that was my after party spoiler discussion for episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Ironheart. Like I said, great start. Sorry I couldn't go into more in depth, but I kind of covered everything that I wanted to cover. But let me know even if you guys are watching this after the fact, because this will be stream archive. If you end up getting this far, I want to hear all your thoughts about the first 3 episodes of Ironheart. Like I said, all spoilers. You can let me know all spoilers because this is a spoiler discussion. So let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and I'll catch you guys next Tuesday for the last 3 episodes of Ironheart. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.